We're outside today. What? Because this is the first time that I'm recording something outside. Let's hope the audio's good. Didn't even check because, we're doing this in the middle of nap time. But as I was putting my little one, sorry, I'm just checking his monitor real quick. As I was putting my little one down for a nap, I thought, we got to talk about this. And I was already planning on coming outside and sitting outside because it feels like spring today. So I was like, during nap time, I'm going to go outside and regulate, okay? Not that I'm like this, but it's good to regulate. Even when you're feeling okay, even when you're feeling good, you got to regulate. Now, so all that to say, let's hope the audio is all right. Because I don't know. I don't know if it will be, is what I'm saying, okay? I'm giving you an excuse as to why I didn't check beforehand if you're asking. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Alyssa Simpson. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach, and I specifically work with high-functioning, ambitious as fuck women who are ready to learn how to become restfully rich. So, in the season of becoming restfully rich, because that is the season that I feel like so many of us are in, which is why I'm leading the movement on becoming restfully rich, I really need you all to understand something. If your ego is telling you that you are above doing something, you need to humble yourself real fucking quick. Because if you had to do a dirty job, right? Like cleaning out shitters, right? Like porta potties. If that was your job, if you, for whatever reason, were in a position where that had to be what you had to do to receive money, you better act like the best shitter cleaner there is, okay? Let's be so for real, because if you have that feeling that you are above something, above doing something, there's a disconnect there. There's an abundance disconnect there, because humility is important. Being humble is important. And that's not to say that you're better than people who are murderers and traffickers and obviously, duh, okay? But I'm talking about just actually doing things. And the reason I'm talking about this is because recently I have been in a position where my dreams and my desires are very large. And in order to meet them where I feel comfortable meeting them, because I'm not in the hustle and grind, that is not my fucking bag. In order to meet those dreams, I'm putting myself in positions where I have already outgrown, right? But not in a I'm better than that season of my life and I have to go back to it kind of thing. And I was having a conversation with a friend, and she told me, I can't put myself back in the position of the work that I used to do because I'm above it now. I simply cannot be doing that work anymore. And listening to it, that statement, I was just like, it's a wild thing to feel and think that you are above a chapter of your life that you used to be in, that used to provide really well for you. I come from the restaurant industry, and like I've told you before, when I go into, I honestly do not enjoy sitting down at a restaurant and eating food because of the environment, because of the servers, because of just the overall feel. I am so judgmental every time I'm in a restaurant because I put myself in the position of managing said restaurant and it being my name on the building, when baby, just eat your enchiladas and enjoy, right? But I can't, I can, but I have such a challenging time because I am critiquing every single fucking thing, everything. It's just in the medical industry, they always say that nurses and doctors are the worst patients because that's their industry. I'm not the worst guest in a restaurant because I don't ever say anything. I don't complain. I don't bitch. I'm just it is what it is. But in my mind, I'm oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, So we just do to go. We just eat it in our home. And even then I'm still what is this? They should have, they should have, could have, would have, right? But I also understand that is where I came from. And if, nuts came to butt and I had to, for whatever reason, go back to the restaurant industry, I would be the best fucking server, manager, bartender, whatever on the fucking planet. Because the level of gratitude that you should have for yourself for, number one, developing said skill, accomplishing said chapter, should be first and foremost. The gratitude that you have for your own circumstances that allowed you to, number one, have that as a skill, and then also the ability to come back to that skill, because there are people in the world who don't know what they would succeed and excel in. And me, I have tons of skills that I can apply to so many different fucking things, as I'm sure you do too. And that never leaves me, right? Because when you start talking shit about it, when you start feeling like you're above it, you're also saying fuck you to past you, fuck you to all the opportunities, fuck you to essentially where you came from, right? Now, if you're hearing this and you're like, but I used to be someone's whore and I had a pimp and I fucking sold crystal meth, whatever. Okay, that is clearly not what I'm talking about. I'm like, obviously you're better than that version of you who had to put yourself in those circumstances, but whatever. Like, the point of the matter is when you have that feeling, where is it coming from? Right? And because under that is, what will people think? What will they think if I have to go back to what I said I was never going to touch again? What will the people who are still in that industry think of me after I've like up leveled out of it, but now I'm coming back to it? Who gives a fuck? How do you feel about yourself? Because at the end of the day, if you're doing something, like for me, I'm doing something, like I'm putting myself back in an industry that I've already left and outgrown, but I am able and capable to put myself back in that position, be the best at it that I can, and I can also leave when I want to as well. Like, I can just dip in, have a little fun with it, do a little something different, because what I'm doing is I'm regulating myself. Because the pressure that I feel in my business is it's not deterring me from like my line of work, and like my clients aren't suffering, my programs aren't suffering, my entire ecosystem of my business isn't suffering, but I don't feel as at peace as I desire to feel. And how can I change my circumstances and feel more at peace without burnout and exhaustion? My answer is to put myself back in an industry that I've already outgrown, right? And that's okay. That's okay. I give myself the permission slip to do so, because my peace has a higher price tag on it than my fucking ego, than what the fuck anyone has to say or think about me. My peace and my calm, regulated, grounded ass energy that I will never let become, what's the word? I won't ever let it get fucked with, but there's like a more elegant way of saying that. Here we are. I'm not in a position to ever let my nervous system get fucked with, even if it's my own self, right? Like, even if there's like stress and anxiety and overwhelm, whatever I have to do to make that stop, whoever I have to step into to make that stop, I'm going to, because that to me is way more important, way more efficient, and way more worthy of my time and energy than worrying about who the fuck has what to say. There's already people that don't agree with me, that don't like me, that judge me, that mock me for what I do now. So if I put myself in a position where I might be mocked and judged and disliked, whatever again, my peace is more important. But I'm also able to say that I remember where I came from, I'm grateful for where I came from, and this does also not deter me from where I'm going to be in my future. Sometimes you have to supplement the peace and the groundedness and the calm that you desire just for a while, so that you can open yourself up in your nervous system to receive like you want to. And I had a past client of mine, now that I'm saying this, because I literally had this conversation with her so many times. Her business wasn't doing what she wanted it to do, and she was putting so much stress and pressure on her business not doing well, to where she was at the position where she was like, if I don't have money coming in through my business, I'm gonna lose my car. My car's gonna get repossessed. And I was like, that's crazy. Why don't you do something to supplement that income until your business gets to where you want it to be? Because when you put yourself in the position of ease and flow and grounded safety, everything floods to you. And this is exactly what I teach inside of Restfully Rich is you have got to teach your nervous system to stop bracing for fucking impact so that the floodgates can open for you. And that's what I did with her. And so what she ended up doing was she went and she got another job in an industry that she graduated from, right? Like she left that industry behind her. But the reason why it didn't work for her is because the entire time she was working in this job, she would tell me every day how she was above it. She was better than this. She can't believe that she's back where she said she would never go. She like had so much shame around her having to do what she had to do. So the entire like end of our coaching container, it was a lot of, where's the shame coming from? How can we lessen the shame? How can we be proud instead of shameful? How can we talk to ourselves as someone that we love and tell ourselves how proud we are of doing what we have to do in order to make our nervous system feel safe? Because if you do not feel safe, if you do not feel regulated, the crows agree. If you do not feel safe, if you do not feel regulated, if you do not feel grounded, you will never, and I'm telling you so confidently, you will never have the ability to be rich and wealthy as fuck restfully. If you desire to live a rich, wealthy as fuck life without having to sacrifice your nervous system or your fucking time freedom, what are you doing? Get inside of Restfully Rich, babe.